of variation, coefficient of variation is basically a formula, is a value. It means that where you can have divided the mean from standard deviation. That is already on your screen. I will show you on the particular book also. Right? Coefficient of variation is what? The mean value divided by the standard deviation, right? So that is what I have did in here on Excel sheet. I have put it the formula. I have fitted the formula here. That is 130 divided by 3.22. That is standard deviation value, and then this values came. Now you see here, coefficient of variation is allowing us to compare the different performances of different series. Here, if the value of particular mean is different, then it is quite difficult for the investor to compare the series on the basis of standard deviation. So to make it more refined, to make it more accurate analysis, what we have did, we have used the coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation is what? It's an uh, mean divided by standard deviation. So here we'll have got the more specific values, and from these values you can easily interpret that the least variation is in the DJ industrial index. It means the companies, those are under particular index, that is Dow Jones Industrial Index, they are more effective. So as an investor, you will have more, you can say, more insight of the particular market, right? So that is the, I think that is the major benefit that we're going to have got from this particular analysis. I will show you on this PPT also, that we have discussed here. The formula is there on your screen right now, that we already have discussed in our last class. That standard deviations formula, that is xi minus mu whole square divided by capital N. Here this is the formula for population, and then the capital N is here. I just now I showed you on the Excel sheet how you're going to have put the formula for standard deviation also, that is data range, then here the standard deviation for sample, and here the standard deviation formula for the population. Now here sub calculations are there for the standard deviation. Now this is the one of the just example that I have showed you right now on the Excel. My values was different. Here the values are different. So according to them, what they have calculated, mean they have calculated, standard deviation they have calculated, and on the basis of that they have uh, summarizing, they have interpreting that INTC is a higher risk investment than a GE, because INTC value is 0.50 and GE values are 35.35. So here standard deviation is allowing you to compare the values of the two series, right? So that is the benefit basically we have through standard deviation. We can able to understand that which of the areas or companies are there through which we can able to perform well in the market, right? Then we have uh, just now I'll these are different formulas, but I will show you maybe here. Yes, no, this is on your screen right now, that we have discussed just now. That is coefficient of variation, that is provides a relative measure of dispersion, that is standard deviation divided by mean, just now we have discussed, and sometimes measured as a percentage also, provides a relative measures of risks to return. Return to risk is 1 by CV, that is the formula. It's a Sharpe ratio also, that is we have studied in the finance part. And now here the same thing is that we have discussed, applying the coefficient of variation, Intel INTC is slightly riskier than the other stocks. The index has the least risk, lowest coefficient of variation. So according to these values, the least value they have here is 0.22, and industry index also here have different value, that is 0.16, right? So uh, coefficient of variation is basically tells us that, or make the study more refined as compared to deviation, right? Now the next topic that we're going to have discussed is the measures of uh, this is shape is not on your topic, on your subject. uh, Next topic that we're going to have discussed is measures of association, right? Here, in the dispersion, measures of dispersion, we have basically two, right? In the measures of dispersion, what we have normally doing, we are basically calculating the variation of a particular series only, and through that we can able to understand that that particular value is how much effective. That is the deviation. Dispersion means, standard deviation means a deviation from the mean. But in the next topic we have right now, that is measures of association, here we're going to trying to understand that how the different series or values of a particular event is particularly related with each other, right? For example, there is one data from 49 top liberal arts and research universities can be used to answer questions like top 10%, this higher secondary related to graduation percentage is accepted, rate related to expenditures students, and the median SAT related to acceptance rate. So here different values are there. That is median, SAT means entrance value, entrance test value, acceptance rate is there. Then expenditure, how much the students are expending in a can be able to expend in a particular course. Then the top 10% students of particular course, and then graduation percentage. So different values are there. So we can take these values also, or we can have different values also, but the major thing that we all have to understand in this covariance is we have different series, and we have to understand that how this particular series are interrelated with the each other. So as you are seeing here, we have the values, xi values, we have yi values, and again what we have did, we have calculated the certain values, and then one formula is there for population, that is capital N, and for sample, that is n minus 1, right? So if you want to calculate in the Excel, then we have directly a one formula is there, that is covariance dot p, and array 1 array 2 is there, means that series we have to select, and here then covariance for sample, right? So I'm going to show you how you're going to have calculate the covariance, the first measure of association in Excel, right? So first, I just want to give you a general method to calculate this particular value, right? So first, what we have to do? First, we have to calculate this particular value, that is summation of xi minus mu x, our mean value, and yi minus mean, means y series. for you x 1, 2, 3, just like to 8. Here the y series will be, it may be 10, 11, like this. Now here we have to calculate the x I minus mean value, and value here, right? And here y minus yi minus y bar. So this is, I'm calculating as per the formula. The of covariance that we have already in the in the Excel, MS Excel, right? First, we're going to have calculate the normal way through which we can calculate. So what we should have to do, I have to calculate the mean, average, bracket close, enter. Now the 4.5 is the mean value for this series, and now for this series again I have to calculate average, then series, right? Now we have to calculate xi minus x bar. So what we should have to do, we have to equal to sign, xi means this value, minus, again then I have to put it on the mean value. Now here one have to very much careful that 4.5 is the value that is same for all the xi value. All the items on in X series is, for them the mean value is 4.5 only. So what we should have to do, we have to fix this value. So what we should have to put it here is dollar sign. You have to fix both. You have to fix the cell also, column also, and the row also. So in both the area we have to fix the value. So here, if I'm going to have drag, oh, this is the problem because I have a mouse, right? Now you'll see here the values came, right, automatically. Here all the values have took the 4.5 as a median. Okay. Now here again I have to do the same thing, equal to yi value minus then the mean value I have to take. Then again what I should have to do, I have to fix this value by dollar sign. Okay. Now same values came because we have took a general series. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to require value that is xi minus x bar, yi minus y bar. So what we should have to do, we have to multiply the values of both the series. So here in the Excel we can able to do both the things. So what I should have to do, I have to multiply. I have to multiply both the values xi minus x bar multiplied by yi minus y bar. So this is that I want to be here to put in this particular formula. So equal to sign this value multiplied by this value. Enter. Now again, what I should have to do, I just have to drag that cell. Okay. Now what is the what is the major thing that we have required in this formula? We have required the summation of xi minus mu, it's a population, or you can see sample xi minus x bar, yi minus y bar. So we need a summation of both the series. So I have to, what I have to do, I have to, or directly I can have use this here on your Excel sheet. Auto sum is one of the symbol is there, summation symbol. Now we'll get the 42 value. Now what is the formula here for the covariance? Covariance, the formula is covariance. The formula is what? Xi minus x bar, yi minus y bar divided by n minus 1. N minus 1 means whatever the value will be there, whatever the number of items will be there, minus 1, right? So here the total number of items, this value, summation already there, divided by n means although I have to here a very nominal values, so we can through by seeing also we can able to understand that the total values are 8, but we can normally it should not be like that in the in the solution form problems, right? But we can count like we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so we can have here 8 minus 1, but I should have to cover it with the bracket, because if bracket will not be there, then it will take the mathematical principle, that is Bodo mass bracket, that divide first then subtraction later, like this it will take. So bracket is very important here, right? So now we have a covariance value in front of us is 6, right? So that way we're going to calculate the covariance, right? Covariance is right, that is on your screen right now. The formula is there. We have two variables x and y. So now we will have to see that how these two values are interrelated with each other, right? So through which you can able to understand that how much these two series are interrelated. Okay, so uh, these are one form. These are some certain examples are there that I will take in our next class. Uh, Correlation is again after covariance. The next if the next important concept of measures of association is correlation. So first we're going to have understand this covariance uh, in more better way, right? So this is the normal way through which we can calculate the covariance value, right? But if you want it, then some formula also covariance. Here you'll see it's a population formula is different and sample formula is different. If the sample is there, then it will going to calculate by on the basis of n minus 1. If we're going to have take a population, then it will going to take a uh, n only, capital N. So if your study in your study, if you have certain data that is in the form of sample in the sense you have a large database, and on that large database you have two certain representations, right? Then it is dot s, covariance dot s. And when if you have studying something and all the items of your study is taken under your study, then you should have to take a dot p, because population in the sense you're not going to take and you're not going to left anything. You took all the items of your study for analysis purpose, right? So that is the difference. So I have took covariance. Uh, we have to type it total. We're going to have missed the val spelling, then this indications will not come. You have to type by your hand only. It will not automatically come by clicking on it. You have to type it, right? Right here, just see the what is the difference. Why it have two different values? Because we have took n minus one sample, and here we have the population. We'll then check. We'll then again check on this whether the values will be now see 6, right? The same values came for this for the particular analysis. Here, what we have did here, the whole method that we have right now used, these values came, right? We have used a particular formula only, right? And then this value came. 6 is the covariance value. And here what we have did, here we have calculated through the Excel formula, right? That is the difference only. Other than this, no difference is there. For example, just here what we have did, here we have took the Excel's formula, covariance dot h. So in exam also, if something will come, then you have to explain like this, that what could be the formula for the same problem in the Excel, because you don't have that kind of facility in the exam to show how to calculate in the Excel. You have to just write the formula under that particular problem, and then you have to calculate the things in a normal way. So you can have explain these things in your exam also when you're going to write the answers for this type of question. So here in front of you, what we have did in this class. Now I'm going to have summarized this class for all of you. Here what we have did, here we have calculated the covariance value. The covariance value we have calculated through the formula. The formula is what? The formula is what? The formula is here on your screen right now. Covariance of xy series is summation of xi minus mu x, that is for population, and that is for sample. Here capital N, here n minus 1, right? Same thing what we have did in the Excel also. We have two series. We just took an example. Tomorrow we're going to have take some more examples. X, then here the Y series is there. Then xi minus x bar we have calculated. Then x bar, in the sense we have calculated the average or mean of the each series. The mean of this series is 4.5. The mean of this series is 13.5. Then what we have did, we have minus a particular item xi minus x bar or mu x, right? And we have then put it the formula in all the cells. Here also we have did the same thing for the Y series, and here we have got the value for our analysis, that is xi minus x bar, yi minus y bar. Here we have summated the whole series, and then as per our formula is what? X summation of xi minus x bar multiplied by yi minus y bar, that is 42, divided by n minus 1. Then we have got the 6 value. If I'm going to have not going to have used this 1, that is a population, the value will be 5.25. Here also, if I'm going to take, instead of sample, if I'm going to have take a population, then 5.25. So on one hand, we have Excel formula to calculate the covariance, and on one hand, we have a normal formula of statistical formula of our particular covariance value, right? So by this, I'm going to have conclude this class today. First, we're going to have studied that what exactly standard deviation, mean, and coefficient of variation means. Coefficient of variation, we have today studied how coefficient of variation is more effective as compared to standard deviation and mean, because it is more can say uh, it is helpful for us if we have different different series, right? Um, okay, different if we have different series, then it is helpful for you through coefficient of variation. You can able to compare the series. Otherwise, the standard deviation is also there to compare the series, which particular series is more stable and which of the shares are more stable, not much variating in a particular period of time. If it is not variating, it means that it's more stable and it's more effective for you as an investor to invest in that particular company, right? So this is one of the way through which we can able to understand the particular concept. Okay. And the next concept that we have studied today is about our covariance values, right? So for today's uh, class, it is sufficient. I was going to have continue the same concept in tomorrow's class also with different problems on Excel, right? And I already suggest you all of you to have please take care of these classes, online classes, because till the regular classes are not going to start, it's very important for you people to have uh, go through all these concepts in different subjects, because I think university will not going to give us a more time for our third semester exams, right? So we all have to be well prepared for it if we really want to have uh, uh, serious about this particular course, right? So we're going to have meeting on next class tomorrow.